Hello there, everybody. This is Tesla News Tonight. I'm here in Sparta Township, New Jersey. I'm at yet another ChargePoint electric vehicle station. I was at a different ChargePoint location recently. That one was one of the ChargePoint locations in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. There's actually a Tesla pulling up now, so if the Tesla, I'm gonna kind of get out of its way, because if it starts to come, no, it'll park somewhere else. I was just gonna see it if this Model 3 was coming this way, and see if it had some kind of adapter to charge here. I was ready to get out of the way. Okay, we don't have to worry about that. I don't think they would have to come here anyway. Actually, I was tugging on this thing. It was not budging. I don't know what's going on with it. Couldn't even get the connector out to confirm actually what kind of connector there is in there. It's on the website though. So when I actually post the report on this particular charging location, I'm going to put all of that stuff in my article on Substack. I'm going to go into a bigger, deeper dive with the review, any of the other information that I can find on this location. Actually, the last ChargePoint location was pretty tough. I had to go to a third-party internet source, and I was finally able to get some kind of reviews, and I went over that in one of my last live streams when I was at the Tesla Supercharger in Augusta, New Jersey. So this one that I'm going to actually talk about is a different ChargePoint location that I said was in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. It was near the fire department and the EMS, and it was closest to a couple of these condos actually. So as far as the hours go, it wasn't even mentioned when I looked at the information. I didn't find out Google Maps or anything like that. So I actually proposed the question as to what kind of hours they have on Google Maps, and to see if anyone is paying any attention to the the ChargePoint Google Maps locations or anything like that. So nothing as far as that goes. There weren't any reviews on Google Maps for that Franklin Lakes ChargePoint location either, but I did eventually find some, so I'll get into that. There were no patrons either to ask or anything like that, so I wasn't able to. And plus, your humble narrator, Tesla News Tonight, doesn't have an electric vehicle, so I couldn't charge one for myself and tell you, unfortunately. But I did do a little bit of research, so I'm going to get into that. Actually, it turns out that as far as ChargePoint goes, they have 188 million chargers delivered. I'll repeat that, 188 million chargers delivered. So it's a lot like Link's website as far as trying to get any kind of information off of their website. Very basic, standard kind of EV charging station information on their website. They talk about the fact that they work with dealerships and whatnot. I'm going to get into that. So, they had personal, business, fleet charging, hardware and software, like most of the charging companies have. Plus, ChargePoint, if you actually go on their website, they have webinars on multifamily EV charging, the electrification of what I'd like to call stealerships, which I actually visited one. It was a different ChargePoint location. That one was in Newton. What I didn't realize is that it was actually on site at a Mercedes dealership, and well, I didn't want to disturb the people that were there. I took my picture of them charging their vehicle. They had sales representatives all over the place. I didn't want someone to think I was there to buy an electric Mercedes or anything like that, so I just got out of there. Maybe I could always go back another time, but at least I got the photo. I'll get into that story as well. But right now I'm just going over the webinars that you can find on ChargePoint, and one of them is going to end up being an entire episode that your humble narrator, Tesla News Tonight, is going to go over. So yes, the electrification of dealerships, tips on using their electric vehicle software, which I found it funny that you would need tips and everything like that. Between the tips and the service and the repair and the replacements being rampant all over their websites, it's very unlike just going on Tesla.com, where it's not even mentioned. They don't mention anything like that at all. Any of the repairs, any of the replacements, or any of these type of situations, need help, and you got the 1-888 number right there. But also, when you go on the ChargePoint website, you'll be able to look at some webinars on electric vehicle charging incentives, which are always important. That means, money in your pocket or money back in your pocket for buying an electric vehicle. Also, they do a webinar on the electric vehicle transition, both the speed at which the transition is moving and also the opportunities that the disruption of electric vehicles take or make in the automotive industry. And last but not least, they do a webinar on e-buses. Yeah, so the electrification of big transportation vehicles like buses, I'm all about that. So, Tesla News Tonight is going to get into that ChargePoint e-bus webinar, and I'll, kind of do a deep dive on that, and I'll do some other research and try to connect some dots and see how ChargePoint is doing as far as the electrification of buses is concerned. So when you go to the Tesla News Tonight Substack, you're going to be able to find a report on this electric vehicle charger, this particular ChargePoint location that's right here in Sparta. And it's actually next to a library, next to a school, next to a park, next to a bunch of sports fields in the background. There's a bank, a liquor store, fast food, sort of all within walking distance. So it would be kind of a nice place to charge a vehicle if you could actually get the connector out and, just kind of walk around your town if this is like where you live or something. So this so far has been actually the best location, but unfortunately it's the first place that I couldn't even get the connector out of the machine. And I mean, these things are like idiot proof, so it should come right out. But unfortunately, it is not. So according to ChargeHub, quote, the city of Franklin Lakes in New Jersey has 8 public charging station ports. They say level 2 and level 3, but it's only level 2, within 15 kilometers of each other. 100% of the ports are level 2, and 75% of them are actually free. So there are no level 3 chargers like that initially installed in Franklin Lakes. So again, this is Tesla News Tonight here, another ChargePoint location. I would definitely just check out the Tesla News Tonight Substack, because that's where I'm going to get into this. I'm going to give you all the pictures. I'm going to give you the whole story after I do a deeper dive with some more research on this location. Maybe I'll even find a review where someone says I couldn't get the connector out. What do I do? Anyway, I wish you all peace, love, and prosperity. I thank you for joining me live here, and there's going to be a lot more to come. So, later.